I think a really important part of my life, a monumental moment of when I had to walk this out was when I transitioned from my first restaurant, which was inside of a mall, and I was working to transition to a standalone restaurant that had a drive-through and a dining room that was very big. It was more than double the sales. And so when I was in that process of trying to get this restaurant, I went through an interview process. And in that interview process, they really, really tested my knowledge of Chick-fil-A, what I was doing in my current restaurant. But one thing they really were looking for is vision. What was my vision for the new restaurant? And I really had to spend a lot of time seeing that. And looking into this, I had to look at the opportunity that was ahead of me, not what was already there. And so when I looked at the restaurant for what it was actually underperforming and it was very mediocre in its results. And so when I had to look ahead, I had to think about what was the potential? Where could it be 4 years from now, 10 years from now, 1 year from now even? And so when I had to really look at that, it really made me look inward. And I realized when it comes to seeing the future, not only do you have to evaluate the potential of the opportunity and the team you're working with, but you have to evaluate the potential within yourself. Where am I going to be in 1, 3 or 4 years and 10 years out? And so when I really had to think about that, I had to dream a little bit. It was a little bit scary thinking about what it could be, where it could go. And when I really started writing it down, so that's another key thing. I think when you see the future, it's one thing to talk about it. It's another thing to write it down. When you write it down, it's like you put a seal of approval on something. It's now something that has to be done. And when I wrote it down, it was a bit scary because I thought, I'm not sure how we're going to do this. I'm not sure how we're going to see this future that I think can happen, that I hope can happen. And so when it comes to seeing the future as a leader and shaping it, I think it's okay to dream. It's okay that it's a little bit scary or a lot scary. What's really important is not allowing that fear to intimidate you on your first day, on your first step on that journey. And so let it be your goal. Let it be the target. But know that the first day, the first step on your journey may look a lot different, may not be as exciting, and may not seem as rewarding. But it's that faithfulness, it's the dedication to the dream, to the goal that allows you to see it. And it's the daily walks, the daily steps that allows you to shape the future, actually. It's not the dream itself. It's the journey. And it even changes over time, but you can get there. And we've been pleased and blessed because God's really blessed us in a way that we've moved past the future that I originally expected. But it started with a faithful step, a first step, and then the next step, and then the next step after that.